Basically, our main idea here, which is nurtured by our Oga, that's the Alhaji himself, Alhaji Khalifa. He's somebody who likes nature, somebody who likes relaxation as well. He wants you to be happy all the time. So the whole idea is once you come to Elkas Farm and Resort, it's an all-encompassing travel.
This is Elkas Farms and Resorts, seated on an approximately 25 hectares of land in Nasarawa State, Nigeria. This whole establishment creates an all-encompassing location for both relaxation and agricultural activities. And for the first part of this video, we are going to be focusing on the agricultural aspect.
You can see some pockets of banana planted by the waterside. You can see all the bitter leaf, ugu plant, water leaf, all the curry, the scent leaves. We have them all around. You can see the rice farm down there.
This farm operates in two different sections. That is the livestock farming, like the poultry, animal husbandry and fish department. And secondly, the planting and cultivation of different types of lower crops like groundnuts, maize, beans, yam, depending on a particular season.
We cannot grow tall plants here because it will make the place look bushy. So we grow things like lower crops, groundnut, beans, and other things like that.
Meet Mr. Magaji Aaron Sunday, the manager of Elkas Farms and Resorts. Today, he's going to be taking us on the day-to-day activities carried out on this farm. Right on this farm, they have different capacity for raising birds like layers, broilers, noilers and even turkeys. They also have the brooding section for hatching and keeping the day-old chicks. The two major techniques they use in this particular section is the deep litter system of raising birds and also the battery cage system.
This is where I told you that apart from the birds laying on the ground here, we will come where they are laying in the cage.
Okay.
So this is the battery cage system, which is different from the deep litter system. Yeah, the biosecurity is the same as we are saying. They lay on the cage just like it is named battery cage system.
How many birds do we have here in this layer section?
The birds we have here in this pen, just this pen, we have as at present we have 1,100 and about 1,800.
1,800.
Yes.
And how many pens do you have in general on the farm?
On the farm, we have 4 pens in use now.
Wow.
4 pens in
and
use.
Each of them is the same capacity?
No, some are even more than that. We have some that have 2,500 beds.
Really?
Yeah, 2,500. Some 2,000. Some 2,300. Some. This is the list so far.
The list.
This is the list so far. Yes.
So how do you manage like their feeding system?
Okay. Just like I summarily explain when I come, this is the sample feed that we have here.
Okay.
This is a sample feed that we have here. We interestingly produce our feed. This is how our feed look like.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we produce our feed. Yes.
Wow.
And when you produce your feed, you tend to control what you get. You tend to control the results at the end of the day. If you have problem with the eggshell, you adjust some of the additives, and it gives you, and it works on the problem that you have.
Is it cost effective to produce your own feed than buying it from the
very well? It's cost effective, highly cost effective.
In this particular pen now,
yes,
considering that is the least pen we have on the farm,
yes,
how many
bags
of eggs do you consume daily?
Okay.
You know, in using to feed them.
Okay.
And in terms of production of eggs, how many eggs do this pen produce daily?
In this pen, they feed on about 8-10 bags.
Wow.
From 8 to 10 bags, depending on the weather.
Okay.
Weather contributes a lot in their feeding pattern. So the average is 8 to 10 bags.
Okay.
And in that, we expect an average of about 48 crates of egg.
48 crates of egg
48, yeah. Yeah, open the condition. In their water, we include things like vitamins, which serve as anti-stress to them, and then glucose, and which the work of the glucose, it gives you instant energy. We normally feed them very early in the morning, especially with the challenge of heat that we have now. They don't normally eat well when the weather is very, very hot under a high temperature level. So what normally happens is that we take advantage of the morning hours before the sun rises very high. Would have given them food. Highest 6, by 6:30 would have been done with their feeding. They are the one with stripes and some black, some stripes, and some little spotty colors on them. You can see they are not typically white like the broilers. So they are local turkeys. At this stage, up to the adult stage, they can co-inhabit. So they grow together. Even by the time we move them to the cage, they still grow together.
Is there a reason why we have like this charcoal fire here? And because I noticed everywhere is dark first of all, and then there is this heat inside here. Is there a reason for that? For raising this kind of birds?
Yeah. Actually, let me liken it to the analogy of a human being. When a child is born, he comes out from the womb, and the tummy there, he has been there for 9 months. You can imagine the intensity of the heat there. So when the child is born, it doesn't matter whether it's in the cold weather or the hot weather, you discover that you still wrap the child and make sure you clothe him and try to maintain the particular temperature from where he's coming from. Then gradually, systematically, you make the child to now acclimatize and accommodate with the natural environment. It's the same thing with the animals. Right inside before they are hatched, there is a particular temperature that we normally regulate the egg in the hatchery. So by the time they are out of the shell, you cannot just start exposing them to the natural weather. So that place is hot, so you have to control the temperature for the time being. Then gradually, so immediately they would have hit the room. There is a particular temperature that they were supposed to control. So this is just a local way and means of heating, because we are supposed to have a room heater if need be. But sometimes the African whatever, we have to improvise and do it the local way. We put the charcoal. Though it has its own disadvantages, the smoke and the rest is also disadvantageous to because by the time they inhale it, it creates future respiratory issues. So
how
now
do you manage that?
That explains what I told you, that we normally put some things inside their water as a preventive measure against the future occurrence of those respiratory issues.
So like how many birds do you have right now in this section?
Right now we have the birds. This is 1,000 birds all. Yeah, plus the turkey, that will give you 1,000. The turkey has just 30. So we have 1,040 something birds roughly. Remember I told you those are broilers?
Yes.
Now these are layers.
Okay.
In the future, they are the ones that will give you the egg. I'm using the layman's language. Okay. They are the ones that will give you the egg in the near future, by the time they are now grown. So you can see they are a different, even from the color, it's a little bit.
You can tell.
You can tell. They look a little bit different from that very one. These are 3 weeks now on ground. So what you are seeing now is a typical brooding session now.
For layers.
Yeah, we call them chicks. We call them chicks, yeah. We are experimenting this one on 2 different systems. We have the ones just like the same cage that I showed you from the broiler. We still have some of these layers in the cage there, just like those ones.
Okay.
That's the next 2 doors after that one. Okay. You just pass those ones. Now we put these ones on the ground. So we still have layers inside the cage there. So these are about 5,000 birds, as you are seeing them now.
5,000?
5,000. While the ones in the cage there, the same layers are around 2,000. Thereabouts, about 2,000 in number. The layers, as I was trying to explain to you when we were there. So these are already laying birds, as you can see. They have started laying. ever since. They are on the ground. This is what we call the deep litter system. Very good. The deep litter system. You can see the practice here. The sawdust is on the floor. The sawdust is on the floor. So by the time their droppings get to the floor, it gets mixed up with the sawdust. So you can even see the place looks neat. Very neat. You can move without any difficulty. Because it absorbs the water and other things that would have messed up the floor. Very soon, when these ones are matured, we'll now bring them up here. Because I told you that by the time they grow above this stage, after like 4 weeks, I told you they're about 3 weeks now. By next week, when you come, you will not see them in that very place again. We would have moved them to a place that this time around, they no more need that heat again. The reverse now will start setting in. Rather, they will need more air, ventilation. So we'll move them to a bigger place here. As you can see, the aeration here is different. You were sweating when you were there, but you can see your sweat is drying now. There is enough air. So the place is constructed in such a way that there it is airtight. We make sure that air does not go in there. We control it. But here, we make it in such a way that the ventilation is very free. And so there is free flow of air, so that the birds need it in order to thrive very, very well. So you appreciate the ground. You can appreciate the ground now. Now that's the use of the sawdust.
And it's soft in a way.
Soft, very good. It's soft in a way. So that's the use of the sawdust for you. And you can see quickly they are supposed to be laying on the ground. But there is something we just tactically did in a very local way. We have provided this used tires. You can see used tires. Very good. Now, funny enough, you can see the birds, squatting inside the tires. Now, naturally, the birds will always look for where they will hide and lay their eggs. So, apart from the droppings, by the time they want to lay egg, there is that feeling they know that they're about to lay egg. They go inside the tire and then lay their egg.
So do you guys, I noticed there are heaps of plantations here.
Yeah.
Is it part of the farm or?
Yes, yeah. Very, very interesting. I made mention of something while we were right inside there. I said my director is an industrious person, very hardworking. She leaves no room for laziness and waste. She wants to make sure that every opportunity is utilized. So it's in her wisdom that, we cannot grow tall plants here because it will make the place look bushy. So we grow things like lower crops, granite, beans, and other things like that. So we had planted granite here and beans last year. So there is this more or less a shift now. We are now planting yam in order to utilize the nutrients that the beans and granite has deposited in the soil. Because in agri generally, it is always encouraged when you plant something like granite or beans, which are legumes, it is expected that the next time you are planting, don't plant those same crops again. You plant something that will take up that will utilize the nutrients that has been deposited. Leguminous crops are crops that help in fixing nitrogen to the soil. Yes, elementary knowledge anyway. And then when you have deposited the nitrogen in the soil, what do? You need to utilize it. And how do you utilize it? It is better to use like tuber crops. When the soil is favorable, like this, the soil is very, very favorable for yam. So now she has used that sense, cultivated yam, in order to utilize what she has deposited for the past year. But I think on the economical sense, my director is in business. My director is in business.
I mean, so you can leave no stone unturned.
Or completely, you can say that again. By the time we move up there, you will see we are still cultivating some of those places for granite. Yes, up there. And then hoping to plant maize in succession after that. So that is how the whole thing. So we are we're going, how do I see? We're going complete. A little bit of the animal husbandry, a little bit of the crop.
That's very good.
But we call them noilas. Yes. The noila beds are different from the layers. They are different from the broilers too.
Okay.
Yes. Basically, they are what we call, sometimes we can call them the parent stock. The noila beds are the one we use to have a fertilized egg. In other words, we allow the male to meet them. They mate. So after the mating, they now lay egg, and that egg becomes a fertilized egg. But the other one in the pen, their egg is stimulated by the feed that we give them. They lay. So that egg is basically for consumption. You can see the same practice as I said. You can see turkey coinhibiting with the cockerels here. Very good. So we keep the cocks here, the cockerels here, whenever we want them to serve the female noilas. We just get some few and then introduce them into the female noilas there, and that will facilitate their mating. So that is to tell you that we'll be needing a fertilized egg by that time that will be ready for the hatchery. Those eggs will be taken to the hatchery straight, where we hatch and bring back the day old to our farm.
My name is Ibrahim.
Okay.
You're welcome to Elkas farm fish section.
So what type of system do you have here?
Yeah, this is a trampoline and we are doing flow-through system.
Okay.
This is the system whereby water will be coming in and
okay.
the used water will be going out gradually.
That's good. So it will come in through this pipe. Flow in, and then flow in through. Wow.
You understand? So as this fresh water is coming in, this old one will be going out. It will be changing the oxygen level of the water all the time.
Oh, that's.
You keep the oxygen in check.
That's like how many fishes do you have here?
In here we have about 1,500 fish.
What kind of name do they call this particular one?
This particular fish is a Dutch clearance.
Dutch clearance.
This is Dutch clearance. We have other types of catfish. We have hybrid.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So that type of catfish again, we have Itobancos.
Okay.
Yes. One of our 18 pond.
Okay.
Yes. And we have this 18 pond here to about number of 18.
18 pounds in this particular size, or there are smaller ones, different sizes.
Yes.
So what's the idea? What brought about the idea of this 18 pound? Do fishes do well inside 18 ponds than in tarpaulin ponds and
yes. all? They do better, they do well in 18 pond.
Why is that?
The reason is it's just like they are in a natural habitats, a natural environment. You understand?
Okay.
They do better, and when you check out, at the end result of this and concrete tanks, is that the taste of that fish will be different.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
You cannot compare the fish that you train in an 18 pond to that of concrete tank.
Oh.
So there are differences.
That's good. So in each pond now, like how many fishes do you have here? This particular type.
Like this particular pond.
This particular pond, yes.
This particular pond now we have about 3,500.
3,500 fishes.
Wow. That's the minimum. The maximum that this pond will contain is 5,000.
5,000.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. Because the setting pond water is this water that you see, we didn't pump it inside. It comes naturally on its own.
Yeah. So I noticed this is blue crown feed. What type of feed? Is this the only type of feed you guys use to feed them?
And like this section of fish, we do use this blue crown because we want to know how the quality of the feed and the performance of this thing. In other ponds, we use different feed.
Different. Why is that?
Because the qualities of the feed are not the same.
They are not the same.
Yes. They are not the same. So to maximize profit, we will try to check which one will do better for us to maximize profit.
Okay, that's good. So in this farm right now, the majority of what we have is 18 ponds. How many tarpaulin ponds do we have?
And
concrete tanks,
about 5.
And they are filled with fishes.
Yes,
For
not
now.
all, but some
Okay.
of them are filled with fishes.
Okay, but people prefer this particular method.
Though the different, in anything, there's an advantage, there's a
And
disadvantage.
disadvantage. What's the disadvantage of
The
it?
disadvantage here is in earthing pond, the way you cannot do your grading successfully, or actually you cannot get to do your grading successfully
Okay.
because of the water this thing.
Okay.
But in the concrete tank, you can easily flow
Away.
away the water, grade your fish, and you have more fishes than in earthing pond.
Oh.
At the end result in concrete tank is that you have more of your fishes than in earthing pond.
Wow.
Because that period that you cannot grade,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger one will be cannibalizing on the smaller ones, thereby reducing the number of fish.
That means they feed on each other. But
But
is
the good thing
interesting.
about earthing pond is you don't have stress of changing the water always, and the taste of the fish is different from that of
Okay.
concrete tank.
So from that particular stage we saw at the other tank, right? How long does it take them to get to their full maturity stage, whereby you people sell out to people?
It depends on the management.
Okay.
Yes. If the management is not that strong, if the person manage or the person that is feeding the fish, because what makes the fish grow faster is feeding.
Oh.
You can keep this fish for as long as 1 year and they will not grow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I can grow this fish within a period of 4 months, and it will give me what I want.
So it depends on the person managing it and
Yes.
their experience, you know.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. This is very new.
The management.
Well done, sir.
You're welcome.
But in terms of challenges, is there any challenges people will face in terms of managing the fish, especially you as the fish doctor?
Really, I don't know. Face the only challenge is there's no challenges in fish rearing. The only thing is where you are, where you have a farm that is sited in a place that is insecure.
Okay.
You have a challenge of thieves taking your fish. Those are,
No,
but
but this place is very secure.
this place is very secure.
That's very good. So how do you people manage like mortality
The
in the fish
fish.
section? Yes.
That is why I assume mortality is their water. If you are not very observant with their water,
Okay.
because
And the water now, the water that you people have, is it from the natural stream? It is a natural stream here, or you people converted it?
no, it's just natural. The water is coming from it's a spring water coming from ground.
Okay.
Yes, observant with their water.
Okay.
You will see that they will be dying.
Okay.
Since I kept them here, it is only today that I see one. You can see one dead
Yeah, one
mortality.
is there.
Just telling me that the water is bad.
Okay. You need to
That's
change
why
it.
I'm draining the water to grade them and put another water. Once I did that now, nothing. They don't have problem.
Oh, that's
They are
good.
not like chicken.
This
So-
is the sheep and goat section.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
This is fairly a new section that we have just introduced.
Okay.
We hadn't this one in the past.
Okay.
We were just keeping a few for the sake of just pleasure.
Okay.
But we are now in business.
Wow.
So we decided to take it on a very large and serious scale. In my boss deemed it fit to diversify in the animal husbandry section.
Animal section.
Yes,
That's good.
you
So
can see the poultry, she's there. Coming to the fish, she's there. Coming to the sheep, she's there. The goat, she's there.
how many sheep do we have here on this
We
section?
have roughly 30 something sheep here.
Oh,
Roughly 30 something, yes.
And goats too?
And goat. The goats are about 20 something, almost 30.
Oh, okay.
Yes, almost there. Yeah, thereabout. Yeah.
And I like the way you people did it. It's more like a free roaming
Exactly. Yeah,
system,
It's close range but free.
but free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close but free range.
Yeah.
In the sense that they roam within the environment, and this is their housing.
Okay.
This is their housing.
Okay.
You can see. So
Okay.
this is their housing. Whenever, by the time it is cloudy or it's raining, they take their refuge inside this place.
So is there like a particular feed you people use for them, or
Yes.
a system you run here on this farm?
Yes, we were initially doing it on a local level, just allowing them to stray around, eat the grasses, available grasses around.
Okay.
But having come to this scale, we produce their feed.
Okay.
Now, what they are eating is what we produce.
Okay.
So summarily, as you can see, this is not just ordinary offals, what people call it dusa.
Dusa. Okay.
It's not just ordinary dusa. No.
Okay.
You can see, if you look at it carefully, you can see maize.
Yeah.
You can see maize, grain-like maize, and soybeans and the rest. You understand?
Yeah.
Good. So it's not the pure dusa, that is the maize offal that people normally go to the grinding mill where the chaffs, let me use the word, they get chaffs and then come and feed the animals. No.
Okay.
We prepare this on purpose. Yeah, we produce it in the feed mill. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
yes.
Wow.
It's a combination of maize, the offals, that's the dusa you call it, and then other additives that we add. There is soybean added to it, some few micronutrients that we add. So it's not up to 2 weeks completed that we've started going into the industrial production of the feed. Yes, but we are locally based on grass, without the concentrates.
I know people say they do breeding, and some people say they do fattening.
Yeah.
Which kind of system do you people?
We run all. We're going into the full-blown production proper. We'll do the fattening, and then we'll have the breeding section where we'll be specially. And in the future sense, it's uncommon to hear people going into milk production of goat.
Yeah.
It's very, very uncommon, but that is where we're heading to.
Really?
Yeah, that's where we're heading to. Very soon you will hear that in Elkas farm there is milk for goat, which people will think is weird.
Yeah, I know it's weird. You don't always hear
goat milk.
You only hear cow milk.
Yeah, but it's not common. So we want to be the pace setters by the grace of God.
That's very.
I told you, my director wants to always take the bull by the horn, and she's ready to really pick up that.
I mean, she's doing it already.
She's doing it already. You can see she's pushing from all angles.
Comment her on that.
She's pushing from all angles, and I can assure you, give you the very shortest time, we're going to expand this wall. As you see, we're going to expand this wall. By the time we start compartmentalizing the places, we'll shift these walls, and then that's when you see us with dairy, goats, and then
that's
all the likes. Yeah.
These particular goats now,
yes,
is there a specific breed for the goats, not the sheep now?
Okay. Yeah.
Because they are looking like I think is it the Kalahari red or something or these are the local goats?
These are mostly they are the local goats.
Oh, okay.
We've not really gone. Yeah, they're the local goats. We source them locally. Just by what we call mere eyes select. You just see from their track of record. Maybe you just say I have this one. Say I have goat that can deliver 3 or 2. So you declare interest. Okay, can I have this? So we have not really. We have a combination of all now.
Okay.
For now, as I told you, this is just the beginning stage.
Okay.
Where test running a lot of things.
Okay.
So we're using the local breed to test run a lot of things. By the time we're through with our records and we're set, we have all our focus. That is when I may not let the cat out of the bag for now. That's our ace. That's our ace. We'll hold it for now until you see.
I understand. Yeah.
Until you
Thank
see.
you. So one last thing before we go, right?
Yes, sir.
Talking about, I noticed we have a resort section on the farm. Can you give us very briefly what's the idea behind it? And basically, I know we'll definitely come back for that one separately.
Why not?
But just give so people can have an idea of especially the resort section.
It's okay. Basically, our main idea here, which is nurtured by our Oga, that's the Alhaji himself, Alhaji Khalifa. He's somebody who likes nature, somebody who likes relaxation as well.
Okay.
Because he values happiness than any other thing. He wants you to be happy all the time. So the whole idea is once you come to Elkas Farm and Resort, it's an all-encompassing travel. You come, the resort is there for you where you can stay, and then you come around, you go around, you see nature. So you will have place
like
to keep you busy.
Tourist
exactly, because we've not gone to the crop section because we intend to have like orchards.
Okay.
A spot of pot of orchards in between, where you have oranges collection, you go guava collection, you go apple collections, you know. So the real idea concept that the man has is once you come here, your happiness is back.
Yeah, true.
Should there be anything disturbing you when you come here, the people who are hypertensive, they come here, they forget about wanting to go back home. So I think that's the general overview of having a resort. So the resort there, that's the housing section. You come around the poultry section. We're working in all the ramifications of the resort center, which there are things that I would not want to let
I understand.
you know, but then it's catchy. You can have a look. We have a greenhouse there.
Yeah, I noticed.
Live greenhouse operating right now. It's a place that we want to give it a modern touch. We want to bring abroad to Asobi. Things that people go to see outside, want to bring it back to here.
Nice.
That's Elkas Resort Farmers.
Nice. Thank you very much. What a way to end it. I really appreciate the time.
Guys, that will be all for now. Let me know what you think about this place, and if you're an entrepreneur building a business or something unique, please do reach out to me via email. We would like to have your story on our channel. Do not forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you again in another video. Bye.